Hello and welcome to this bonus episode where I talk to the lovely Taru all about her experience on The Bachelor Finland Season 2. Normally the podcast interviews London singles and the listeners write in if they want to date the characters. Now, we can't reveal if Taru is single yet until the show concludes, but she could be back on the market, so watch this space. However, she is a huge part of the dating scene in London and has already written 2 books about her crazy dating experiences in London by being the author of Girl Get the Wine and Girl Call the Cab, which have both hit Amazon's bestseller lists. If you want to watch this season of The Bachelor to support Taru in her journey on the show, she's landing on your screens in episode 4, season 2, which is being released today if you are listening on the release day of this episode, 28th of February 2023. And don't worry, if you don't speak Finnish, click the MTV link in the show notes, open with Google Chrome, right-click, and there'll be an option to translate the whole site in English, including the video subtitles, so we can all enjoy the season in all languages. Okay, hi, welcome to Single Sounds. Even though this is a special episode, I'm going to start how we always start on the podcast. So, who, what, where? Who are you sexually attracted to?
Men, unfortunately.
Do you know how many people say that? It's so common.
Really?
Yeah. So many women say that. And before The Bachelor, so we're not giving away any spoilers, what were you looking for?
I feel like my priorities really changed. So I turned 30 in August, so 6 months ago. I think it really changed. So I think now my number one thing is someone with amazing communication skills.
Yeah, fine.
Like I think that for me is, so I'm really tall. So obviously I would love a tall man, but I think communication skills is the number one thing.
Yeah.
But then of course the more like vain things, tall, I'm like hoping.
How tall?
Well, I'm almost 6 foot, so I'm like
Okay.
5'11" and half. So I would love to have someone who is like over 6 foot, but
Yeah.
I'm not too fussy if they can communicate really well. And confidence. I think those are like now when I'm in my 30s, the most important things.
Awesome. Again, no spoilers, but if you were single, where would you want to date?
I'm quite flexible with that. Like I'm really open with like long distance situation. I feel like in London, if you live in zone 1 and the other one is in zone 6, like that feels like long distance.
Yeah.
But I'm quite open. Like I think traveling around in Europe, it's very, very easy and quick. So yeah, I don't really mind. Like if I find amazing person, I'm very happy to like contribute and make an effort and meet them somewhere. So I
Love
don't actually
that.
mind. Yeah.
Yeah. International love.
Worldwide.
Yeah.
People.
Okay. So let's get into the juicy things. Start at the beginning. You are very passionate about dating content, which I love. Me too. So I kind of wanted to ask, like, why dating content? And then leading on to that, what made you apply for The Bachelor specifically?
Yeah, so you know what? Like this is actually a crazy thing to say, but so I got 2 books out. And I would love to lie and say that I've always wanted to write a book. No bullshit. I never even thought about it. Never in my life. It's never been like my passion or anything.
Yeah.
However, maybe probably like 5-6 years ago, I noticed that I've got a lot of very embarrassing dating stories, disappointing or funny or weird dating stories. And especially with the embarrassing ones, when you really want to die, I noticed that it makes it a little bit better when I can share it with someone.
Definitely.
And we can make it into story or joke. So I noticed like people love to hear that and they love to like relate and kind of get like other people's support. Like, you know what, like this terrible thing, like when you like wee on someone first time, you know, it's like embarrassing stuff. But when you share it with people, people are laughing and they are telling, oh my God, like I've done exactly the same.
Yeah.
Made it less bad. So then I was like, why not to like spread the joy and just like write books about it. So that's how I got like, because I find dating like very interesting topic. And it's very relatable and people want to like others' support and others' opinions.
Yeah. Tell us why. Why The Bachelor?
First, I was thinking about it. I was like, can I actually do it? So when I have the opportunity that, do you want to do it? I was thinking about it quite a few days. But then I realized I was like, you know what? Like, why the fuck not? Because imagine the story if you actually happen to meet someone like that.
Yeah.
And then it's documented on TV.
Yeah. You could
Like,
watch it back forever.
I know. Like, isn't that the most incredible way to meet someone?
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, I'm just going to do it. So that's basically mainly for the, like, the how unique it is, and there is still the chance you would actually meet someone.
Yeah.
So that's mainly the reason.
Yeah, it sounds like you went in for the right reasons, and I feel like some people on these shows definitely don't. So were you worried about others thinking that you only went in to get famous?
Of course, and I believe that that's probably the feedback I'm gonna get, because I don't live in Finland at the moment.
Right, yeah.
I live in London. Of course, like I understand fully that people will probably question that. But then I'm like thinking, I was like, what kind of dumbass would actually go on public TV show if they are like, oh, I don't want any fame, I don't want anyone to see me. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, but it doesn't still like cancel the other reason away. Like you can go on TV show.
Yeah, for multiple reasons.
For multiple reasons. Maybe you got small business and you want more visibility, but you still would like to meet someone. Like it just doesn't cancel away to other reason.
Yeah.
So I think if anyone is saying that, no, I didn't go, I don't want any fame from it.
Yeah,
Bullshit.
lying,
You wouldn't go to TV show, you would go to Tinder.
Yeah.
Like actually.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like for so much of it, it's impossible to escape the feeling that if this did go viral, let's say a clip of you that you didn't really love, like, were you worried about that aspect? Like maybe the fame would be a bit too much, or like it would be something you couldn't handle?
Of course. And that was probably one of the reasons why I was thinking quite a few days, like, am I actually going to do it? Because whatever you do there, and if you forget the cameras, and everything will come out, and it will be on internet forever. It's the good fame, the bad fame, everything. But then I was also thinking, I was like, end of the day, people, what they care about mainly is their own life. They probably, maybe some things I've done or said, they're going to be like, I don't really agree with that. Completely fine. But then they will carry on with their days.
Yeah.
So whatever it is, like as long as I don't, murder someone in there, like people will, I think, forget and forgive. So end of the day, it's just life. I don't think it's that serious unless it's, something terrible.
Yeah, definitely. Another question around this that I've definitely spoke about with my friends is, I know you have obviously like what I'd call a real job. So you don't want it to impact your employment. Were your job happy for you to take the time off for filming and all that? Like, how did that work?
Actually, yeah, I'm very grateful for my job. So they had no issues with it.
That's
it was
really
fine.
good.
Yeah, it was very fine for them to take the time off. And end of the day, because this is coming to Finland TV, and I work in UK, so I wasn't too... In Finland, I probably would have thought about that more.
Maybe a bit more.
Yeah, but because... Yeah, I'm in Finland often, and it's my second home. However, I work in UK.
Yeah.
So I wasn't that worried about it because it's two very different countries.
Markets,
Yeah.
And I've watched previous seasons. It has to be subtitled for us. They don't translate it. So someone would have to be very keen to sit through all the translation.
I know, imagine Finnish to English.
I'll be sitting through it though. I'm excited. I can't wait.
I love that.
Literally can't wait. I watch everything with subtitles anyway, so
same.
It will make no difference to
so
me.
So much easier to focus when you see
Yeah,
the
it is. Yeah, I concentrate more because you
no,
have
100%.
to. Like some of my favorite TV series have been in another language that I don't know, but it's like you're so engrossed because you have to read. Can't go on your phone, which is classic.
Yeah, no, I love it.
Okay, let's talk about the format of The Bachelor because it is quite unusual, isn't it? There's like one guy typically dates 25. Did they have 25 on your show?
It was interesting this year. We had two guys.
Two guys?
Yeah, and I think 16 or 17 girls.
Okay, a bit better odds.
Little bit better odds.
Still not great.
Don't need to fight as much.
But still, I mean, the concept is still quite bizarre that
it is.
You have to date the same, two people in this case.
It is, yeah.
Like, how did you find that?
I think for me, it's obviously, when you go into this show, you know exactly what it is. So guys date multiple girls and all the girls lives together. So we hear about... Yeah, of course, I understood that. I think the hardest part for me was that it's not in my terms. So, for example, I can't message the guys and be like, hey, so date went... Like, lovely date last night. How are you doing? Like, it's not on my terms. I never know... if I'm gonna get a date and when I'm gonna get date.
Right,
like you are sitting around and waiting, like you have no idea. You have no idea who is going on a date, when they're going. So I think that you just don't have any like control over to men, which I also think in my case, it was probably quite good because I'm one of those, like, I hate to admit it, but you know, like, when I like a guy, and if they don't message me back in a few hours, I get so anxious.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think a
and
lot of
I
people
hate
do.
it. I hate it.
Especially
it's
if you
awful.
put yourself out there being like, I had a nice time, can we meet again? And then you get nothing like for a day. That is the worst feeling in the world.
The anxiety, you know, I just like throw my phone away.
Yeah.
And then I go back and just look at it quickly.
I've done that so many times. I've like put it in a drawer just to be like, I can't look at it anymore.
No, but I think that was helpful because there, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Like I literally just go on someone else's terms completely. So, but that was, I think, for me, the hardest, that I can't be like, hey, like, actually, like, how do you think it went?
Yeah.
Like, you don't have that sort of like normal communication. So I think that was probably the hardest
Yeah,
part.
and I guess at the end of the date, you couldn't be like, oh, see you next.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
Whenever, like, yeah. You just have to be like, hope to see you again.
Yeah, exactly. So hard. Because I want answers right now. I want you to tell me you like me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fantastic.
And they weren't allowed like to do that all the time, yeah.
So I think that was, for me, definitely the weirdest part.
So before the rose ceremony, you had no idea ever if you were going to get
No
one?
idea.
Yeah, wow.
No idea. So you pack your suitcase, you pack your stuff ready to leave.
And then I've heard this before, that you only know someone's like left when their suitcases are like gone.
Well, you see in
you saw
ceremonies
that
who doesn't get the rose. But you honestly, you have sincerely zero clue.
That must
You
have
have
been
no
really
idea.
annoying, like having to pack up every time.
Yeah, and the atmosphere is like, even if you normally are quite relaxed and fine in a villa, but when everybody's packing, it just feels all of a sudden so temporary.
Yeah.
Because you live there, you kind of live in a bubble. You believe that villa, those people are your whole life.
Yeah.
You don't remember your other life at all.
No.
You are so into the little bubble. So when you start packing, you're like, hang on a minute, I might have to leave my home.
Yeah.
It's mentally, it's actually, hated it.
Yeah, and I feel like this is why people get really upset on the shows, and people at home sitting watching think they're being ridiculous. But I don't know if you watched the English version of The Traitors. It wasn't a dating show, but they lived in this castle thing, and they were crying pretty much every day about people leaving. And I think it's just because you get such a warped view of like, this is, like you said, my home now. This is my life. These are my people. I don't want to go. Like, it's really bizarre.
It's honestly, you kind of leave your family or
Yeah.
friends from your home. So, like, I was before the same. I was, like, looking at people were like,
Why are they crying?
Yeah, like, come on.
It's
Like,
just
what
a
a
show.
loser. Like, why you crying? Like, who cares? Like, you literally met these girls 2 weeks ago. Like, why you crying? But no, because that's everything what you have. So those are, like, from day to day, 24/7, those people are there. So it's surprising.
Yeah,
how like,
emotional it gets.
how emotional you
Yeah.
actually can be there.
I'm not surprised. And we kind of covered this before, but maybe you can talk on it a bit more. Like, how did you find watching and hearing the other women that were dating the same guy as you speak about their experiences? Was that really difficult?
Actually, for me, it wasn't. Only because you create like a very unique friendship with these girls. So you kind of root for them. It's kind of, you're like,
really?
yeah,
Yeah.
like, oh, your date was lovely. Oh, that's amazing.
That's
Good on
nice.
you. Yeah. So at least for me, obviously I don't speak for everyone else. Like maybe someone got jealous or angry or upset because of someone else. But for me, I kind of took it like, well, like if I can't have this lovely experience,
Yeah,
I'm
someone
happy
else
that one of my
can.
friends can.
That's so nice, yeah.
So
That's a
kind
really
of
good
you
way to view
root
it.
for everyone else. Like you, obviously the episodes haven't come out yet and I haven't seen it, but like rooting like people who are staying in a villa.
Yeah,
You're like, yeah, woo! Because you are just so happy for your friends because you just are so attached to them in a villa.
Nice. That sounds so positive. I'm glad. I'm also interested in the group dating because I know they do that in the show often, where you do like an activity with the guy, but there's a few of you. Did that ever get awkward if it was really obvious that maybe two people were getting on better than the rest, or like how did that work?
I guess in a group settings, the hardest part is that you don't really know your limit. Like, can I take his attention away? Should I take his attention away? And how should I do it?
Yeah.
Like, you don't.
It's so difficult.
Yeah, like you don't really know. It's very hard to, like, just take the time. But you should do it, obviously, because you are there to trying to get to know these people. Of course, you should do it. You should be almost selfish. But I think that's the hardest in like group settings. It's hard to kind of see when is good chance And should you do it?
Yeah.
And should you like approach it even there's other people around? Or are you now annoying them and stepping on their toes if you actually go to do it? So I think that was the hardest.
And especially now they're your friends, like you said, you don't want to upset the people that you're living with, and you don't want to get feedback from after the date saying like, you stole all his attention, I didn't even get to chat to him. Like, it's a really hard thing to navigate.
It is because you don't want to make anyone angry or upset, but there is also such a limited time. Like, it's such a limited
it's your window,
time.
yeah.
It's your little window. So I was like, am I being selfish or am I just being like how I'm supposed to be? So I think that's the hardest. Like, when should you take the time and how should you take the time? And is it okay to take the time?
Gosh, so much to consider. I feel like you probably learnt loads when you got there, like how this was going to be. You probably knew roughly what to expect, but it probably was quite different to what you anticipated.
It was. I think maybe for me the biggest surprise was that how much there is waiting around, which is just like a reasons like all the filming and all that, and you don't always get on dates, so there is not always everything happening. So I think that like getting everything set, like all that waiting.
Yeah.
Because I thought before I went that it's just gonna be bang, 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 like
quick,
you just get on it. But no, it's not like that. It's a lot of waiting, which I didn't mind at all. Like I got hectic life here, so I didn't complain about it. Like it's.
Was the weather nice at least?
Yeah, we were in Greece.
So,
it was lovely.
So you just got to like sunbathe.
Lovely pool.
Yeah. Oh, I'd be happy. I'd be like, don't put me on a date. Just stay here.
Please.
Bring me some good books. I'll read your dating books. Keep me entertained.
No, actually.
I've got a question around like how hard was it to be genuine and be your true self around the guys, but also like the other girls, knowing there was cameras and a whole crew watching you all the time?
For the start, it was so hard.
I can imagine.
I thought, I'll be fine. I was like, I can literally talk with anyone, anywhere, anyone watching. But for the start, it's hard because it's obviously weird because there's big professional crew around you. And you are there like trying to talk to these people or having a date or something.
Be natural, yeah.
Yeah, you're trying to be natural. And then there's all these people behind the cameras and with like mics and stuff. It's hard. And because obviously sometimes for like they have to maybe stop it and be like, sorry, can you just repeat what you said?
I thought that. They
like
might have to do corrections.
Yeah, of course.
They missed it or
Yeah,
something.
like they are not telling you what to say, never. You literally, whatever you say. So it's not like, it's not scripted per se.
No.
However, sometimes they're like, oh, we didn't catch that, maybe camera angle or something. Can you say it again?
And then it's hard. You're basically
so then
acting.
You're like, oh, hang on a minute.
What did I even say?
What did I say exactly? So I think that for the start. But then literally it takes like few days and you are there and it's just you don't really care about the cameras, which is a bit scary to be honest.
Yeah, well, this is what was my like sub question to this is like, were you worried about you forgetting and maybe saying too much, and also the editors having a lot of control over how they show you, like how you're perceived to the audience? I'd be really worried about that.
I was very worried because people who know me, I overshare. You literally
you literally have 2 books about your dating life.
I have 2 books about my dating life, and anything about my life, people can ask and I'll share.
Yeah.
So I was a bit nervous about that. Maybe not for like the editors and all that, but for my own sake, because I was like, what if I go like tell my like dirtiest secrets in front of
because you're just relaxed
whole population, because I'm so relaxed.
Yeah.
So I'm just like spilling the tea about my life, like really like personal details.
Especially in the villa, I feel like that would be quite easy, you know, like when you're sat around not doing much.
Exactly.
Like the only thing to do is have exciting conversation.
Exactly.
And it would be quite easy just to like start going in a bit too deep.
And I'm so open. Like you can ask anything and I'll just answer. So for the start, that was something I was thinking. But then I feel like I still like, even it start to feel natural, but I still had it on back of my head. Like, okay, like let's just like talk about this life here mainly and not really like
the outside world. Yeah.
Exactly. So let's like analyze and talk about this and feelings.
That's clever.
Here. So I kind of trying to like separate it.
Yeah.
Just that I don't go and plapper around. And I don't think anyone wants to watch me telling about stories about my life for hours. So I think I saved a lot of people for not selling. And then the editors editing. Yeah, of course, because obviously like people have different personalities and it will come on a camera and then they like show that type of personality more.
Normally they like pick you as a type of person, like a character, and then they're like, okay, we only show this person in this kind of light. Like say you're the goofy one, I don't know, I don't know what they
Yeah.
portrayed you as, but I feel like they pick up on something that's part of your personality and then they can
Exactly.
like accentuate it.
Yeah.
And that's what I'd be worried about. I'd worried they'd pick me as like the stupid one. And then like every time I made a mistake, they'd only show like me making mistakes or like fumbling over my words. Or, do you know what I mean? Or like I'm really good at falling over. I'd be so worried.
Oh, clumsy one.
Yeah, like the clumsy one.
Imagine the
definitely
memes
get
about
that.
you.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'd be so afraid of. Like I'd trip over the pool all the time and then it would just be like the girl who just like couldn't stay on her feet. And obviously it's probably like you only do it once a day, but that's the bit that they show like every episode. So everyone just thinks you can't stand up.
Yeah, no, of course I was thinking about it. But then on end of the day, like I was thinking, but then I was like, I'm not mean person. Like I've got good heart. I'm not mean to anyone. So I was like, as long as there is not an even chance that I look mean or rude or pitchy, I think it doesn't matter if I look stupid, if I look goofy, if I'm too loud, if I'm a clown. That's fine. I honestly don't care. But if I'm putting, for me, like if it looks like I'm putting down other women, that I was like, hell no. But because
you wouldn't do that.
Yeah, because I'm not a person like that. So I was like, you know what? Anything else they show, that's fine. Like make fun of me, it's fine. I can take it. But I just don't want that I look like I would put other women down, which I don't do. So yeah, because I thought it that way, I was like, it's no, like whatever comes up, it's gonna be fine.
I like your confidence. And has it changed your opinion or your attitude towards dating?
This was actually such an interesting question. Like such a good question. And first, thinking about it, I would be like, no, absolutely no, still the same. But actually, no, it has changed quite a lot. Like now I'm kind of like, I think it was because there you got such a limited time.
Yeah.
So you got, for example, okay, now you two, you can chat 15 minutes, for example.
Right.
So you are trying
really
to get information and are we match? Do we get along? So it's like such a limited time and there's always the pressure to trying to like see if this person is match. And I've noticed now that my like thinking, if I would happen dating people in future, if I would be in a situation like that, I've noticed that I'm thinking like I will be more like straightforward.
Yeah.
Is it yes or no? Are we doing this? Because I really don't have time to waste. I'm 30.
Yeah.
You keen or you not keen?
Yeah.
Like that's my thinking now. Like how I would approach dating again in future. That it would be more like, are we doing this? Are we not doing this? Like what's happening?
You've had experience of getting to know someone like really quickly, so you can
I think a bit like
get in there quick.
Yeah, a bit like a good thing is like no time wasting, but also a bit intense, you know.
Yeah.
So are we doing this or no? I really got shit to do.
Yeah.
And the other person, I just met you. Like,
Yeah. I see.
so I think that will be something. What I now like been thinking that has it changed, but I think in future, what I learned something. If I'm in situation of dating, it would be more like straight to the point. Like let's not waste time here.
Yeah. And that's a good thing. I feel like you said, especially with your age, you know you're looking for a serious relationship. You can just get it in quick.
Yeah,
Thanks
exactly.
to The Bachelor.
Yeah.
Speed dating.
Shut out.
Okay. Do you have like a best dating story from the show? Something you can talk about without giving too much away?
Probably not from the show, but I've got one brilliant story like from my book. So I've been part of the Bachelor real life before.
Okay.
Without me knowing.
Oh yeah, classic.
Lovely. I was dating a lovely, charismatic, dreamy man for 1 year. And okay, bear in mind, because now I know people are gonna be like, was there not any red flags? No. I used his phone all the time. You know, when we were driving
just,
around,
left it open.
he was like, oh, can you just check this
song or, like,
restaurant?
change the
Anything,
song,
anything. Used his phone, met his friends, spent weekends together.
Wow.
0 red flags. No red flags. Then end of the day, he was very like ambitious, which I respect and love that. But I remembered thinking that like he probably can't give me the time and effort I want at this stage. So I was like, what's the point of me being committed to someone if I just get half-arsed effort?
Yeah.
I'd rather be single. So I spoke about it with him and he was like, yeah, like with my job, I can't really give you more. And I was like, that's fine. Like, let's just finish this. We had a lovely year, no hard feelings. And that's it. Perfect breakup. No issues at all. Now comes the crazy part. Year later, literally
full year
later, I haven't spoken to him. Not because there was beef, but just,
Yeah,
you know,
just
no
moved
reason
on.
to speak to him.
Yeah.
We are done. Haven't spoken to him. No communication whatsoever. We don't follow each other on Instagram or anything. I come home. I live with my best friend. There's the letter, which is under his name, but to my address. I was like, hang on a minute, like, why would he get his mail delivered to my address a year later?
So weird.
Like, this just doesn't make sense. Does not make sense. Then obviously...
Opened it.
Of course.
Who wouldn't?
Of course. To be fair, I checked with him and he was like, no, open. This is weird. Like, what is that? I messaged. I was like, you get mail.
You did the right thing then.
Yeah, I was like, you get mail. What is this? He was like, yeah, open it. Open this letter. It was just a normal, like a credit card company. Just a normal, like, oh, hey, we are changing terms and conditions to our, like, credit card. And I was looking at it and I was like, what the hell? Why he's getting this sent to me? Then I looked into the company. So how this credit card company works, that you literally just put cash into the card and you use it like a card. So you only put cash deposits. Oh my God. And then I was like, fuck, he's married, isn't he? I was like, he is married because no trail on bank statements, only cash withdrawals, which you can explain.
Yeah. Just for like life, yeah.
Doesn't look weird to my eyes that he always pays with cash. I would think he's drug dealer or something.
And he's registered it to a different address. So
he's registered to my address. Yeah. But obviously we broke up. He probably forgot to cancel the whole thing. So I got, this mandatory
so the statements wouldn't come through to the wife. Basically.
Exactly.
They come through to you.
Then I went to deep dive with my best friend in Facebook. Da-da-da. Found the wife. Married. Married. Then
That's horrific.
But the weirdest thing, 6 months later, I went on a date with a completely different person. And this story somehow came up. And this person knew this douchebag. And he told me, he didn't know I was dating him.
Right.
But he was like, oh, it really reminds me. He didn't know. He didn't know that I was talking about the same guy.
I see. He just put two and two together. And
exactly.
Was like, that sounds like my friend.
He was like, oh, wow, that's crazy. Like, I actually knew this guy who did this and told the whole story. And I was like, oh, what's the guy's name? And he was like, that. And I was like, oh, yeah, crazy. It's not the same guy. But my random date in big city like London, he told me not only this douche had a wife, he got 2 kids. One of them was born when we were dating. So he had pregnant wife at home. Yes. He got a family house somewhere in northern England. And he got a flat in London, so it looks like he got a different place.
His bachelor pad. Yeah, I was going to say, because you went round his flat, and obviously there was no sign of a family.
No sign of family. And he also had, so that's so funny, this random date, obviously didn't know who he's speaking to. Yeah. He was like, oh yeah, and it's mad because he had wife and he had 3 girlfriends. One was like main girlfriend, like somewhere from Northern Europe. At least I was the main girlfriend! Obviously, like the wife.
Yeah,
terrible.
Poor girl.
But he had wife, 2 kids.
Yeah.
3 girlfriends.
How the fuck?
How you have the time?
Yeah,
like I want him to message me time management skills.
Yeah.
How you have the time?
Like you said, he was really actively seeing you. Like he must have been spending all his time just like on dates, lying to the wife. That's bizarre.
How can you do that?
I don't know.
How do you have the time and effort? Honestly, psychopath.
Yeah.
Psychopath. Or I don't know, like sex addict or something, because that's not normal behavior.
No. It's disgusting as well. I bet you felt really horrible after like knowing that. At least it was like a year later, so you were like, oh, I'm free.
Yeah. Oh no, it was like, because there was no warning signs. It wasn't like, maybe, maybe not. And I was like, nah, he's a fantastic guy. I always spoke so highly about him.
Yeah, because you had a nice experience, yeah.
Yeah. But so I was part of Bachelor
of my own life.
Didn't even know.
Amazing. Well, not amazing. Terrible,
No, terrible.
Yeah.
Douche.
But at least we can kind of laugh about it
we can laugh about it now, yeah.
I just hope the wife is free, figured it out.
I hope she really gets
sometimes they do know, though, which is really horrible, and they just, like, pretend they don't. I've heard that a lot, which is really sad.
Yeah, I guess if you're comfortable and you build a life together, it's
so
thing.
hard
to walk away.
The family, yeah, it's really hard.
It is, yeah.
Okay, let's move on to cheery things.
Yeah.
We kind of alluded to this earlier, actually, but like you can give your own award. So, like, what is the award? This is like a classic question we ask on the podcast. What is the award you think you should be nominated for, but for the Bachelor series?
I think Girls Girl.
Nice.
I think Girls Girl because I know that there was obviously people have different opinions. There is 16 different girls with different personalities.
Yeah.
I know that there were comments made that some people were saying that they don't want to make any friends, they just don't care, which I
Right.
respect their opinion.
They think
people
that
have different
they're there
priorities.
for dating. They
Of
don't care
course,
about new friends.
it's dating show. Absolutely respect your opinion. But for me, my own personal opinion, madness. Like whenever you are kind of in like summer camp
Yeah.
with these girls with similar age.
And you probably have like common interests because you all apply to the show.
Exactly. Single girls. And for me, it was the best thing. Like of the experience, the people, the girls. I'm still very, very good friends with most of the girls.
Yeah.
Like obviously not with everyone because personalities don't every time match. Completely fine. And it's weird place to like live together with all these people.
Yeah.
But for me, definitely hyping up the girls, laughing with them, and still like talking to them daily. Priceless.
Yeah.
Wouldn't change it. Like that, I think girls is probably mine.
That's good. I like that. And another question that we always like to ask. What is your most controversial opinion?
Okay, so I've got two. First one is that I feel like, please, like no one shoots me for this. Especially men out there, please don't shoot me.
Probably will.
Yeah, they probably will. I feel like the person who organized the date and asked the other person for date should always be ready to pay.
Yeah, I agree. I've said this before, that if you've insinuated that it's your, like your plan, you say like, I think we should go here. I've said this to my friends before because they've been upset that said man hasn't paid or whoever they're dating. And I've said, well, how was the date phrased? And they're like, well, yeah, I asked him to this thing because I really wanted to go. And I was like, what? Kind of sounds like your plan. Like maybe he expected you're taking him out at that point. Like
exactly,
it's whoever kind of really pushes the idea.
Exactly. Like for me, for example, if I would tell a guy, hey, I really want to see this movie.
Yeah.
I would grab the tickets because I want to see the movie. I feel like the person who gets the idea or who wants to do something.
Or if it's like more you're aligned with like what you want to do.
Exactly.
I feel like the exception is if it's like early dates and you're just like, let's go for a drink. That's probably not really like a proper plan. But I agree, if you, like you said, you want to see a specific movie and you know that they probably wouldn't see it without you, or they wouldn't see it on their own accord, maybe. That's a better way of saying it.
Yeah.
Then
so that,
you're paying.
I know. Absolutely. Absolutely. And then I think second thing is that it does not matter at what point you have sex with the new person.
Mm-hmm.
If you do it on a first date, third date, 17th date, if they like you, they like you.
It won't make a difference.
If they don't like you, they don't like you. If you want to bang, you bang. If you don't want to bang, don't bang. Like, I don't believe on, I'm going to wait until three dates or... he never gonna message me because it was first date. He will message you if he likes you.
Yeah.
He's not gonna message you if he doesn't like you because he got bang out of you and you got hopefully good bang out of him. And separate ways.
It's okay,
but it's fine. Because that just shows like, was he that serious about you? So I feel like I hate, the counting things. I was like, just go with the flow.
Yeah.
And like see what the
see
vibes
how you
are.
Feel, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that advice. It's good. Okay, final one. Leave me a one-word review for your experience of The Bachelor.
I would say unique.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll leave that there, I guess. You can't expand.
I can't expand.
We're going to have to do a follow-up, though, because I can't wait.
We should actually do after everything is out, because
it'd be
then
so fun.
I can actually
talk
tell
about
like,
everyone.
Yeah, I can...
That's all I want to do.
So everybody will unfollow me. Taru is spilling the tea.
Spilling the tea.
Actually, yeah, we should actually
I just want all the tea. Yeah. But it will be whatever the producers show, That's up to them, not us.
Yep.
And I wanted to finish with, I love this. This is my favourite section of the podcast. It's why a close friend should date you. And you've managed to get someone from the show, which is so exciting.
Yes. Yes. So actually, this girl came to Villa same time as me. Her name is Emilia. Absolutely stunning girl. And we clicked straight away and we became good friends. So I asked her to send it. And bless her, she sent us 5 minutes voice note. Bless her, honestly. Well done for that. So I haven't listened it at all.
Oh, well done.
I haven't even
Still
opened
a
it.
surprise. Love that.
So I have
That's
no
my
idea.
favourite. I love when it's a surprise.
I have no idea.
But yeah.
What is yet to come?
Let's play.
Hello, this is Emilia, and here is my listing of why somebody would date Taru. So I don't even know where to start. There's so many good things. So first of all, she's always ready for adventure, because that's where we met. That was an adventure for both of us, and that definitely like tells something about her, that she's willing to go on these like crazy things and just do some things that you will remember for the rest of your life. She also has a great style that she carries with confidence, and she's super elegant. And I love her social media because she's doing something different and she's not afraid to be who she is. She has an active lifestyle, as you can see from her looks. She loves to do things, bicycle to work. She's really like good with stuff like that. And as I said and mentioned before, she's really confident, which I admire. The world really needs more women who are as confident as she is. And I think she's really aspiring to people, and maybe the future lover as well, to be confident in themselves. And then she's a businesswoman taking care of herself and the businesses. She has great visions, and she has also really creative ideas and always knows kind of what to do. She has this great intuition about many things. Taru is really positive, and she is a great communicator. She is a talker though. She will talk, like she talks a lot, but I think that's a positive thing. She has the best stories and best memories to share. So when she talks, just listen up, because there's some funny things or memories coming up. She's also the funniest person I know from this planet, honestly. Like, she can make anyone smile in a few seconds, and she has this exceptional, what is it in English? Tilannehuumori. Like this humor on situations that like it just suits so perfectly on the situations, and I think a lot of people cannot do that. She has amazing humor. She knows how to cheer people up with that too. Taru has her feet on the ground, but her head in the clouds, which is really good, I think, in people, because it means you can understand different kind of people, but still dream and vision big things. Even though Taru dreams a lot, she fulfills her things by taking action. And I think you can say that she has written these 2 books, which is awesome. Like, how many people have done that? That's so cool. Like, she just doing herself, and like that's just something I admire. And Taru can adapt to any situation, like anything. Like, you can put her in the moon and she'll be fine, or you can put her to debate about something and she'll do fine, but she'll do it in a smile on her face. And she has amazing standards and values. She appreciates friends and family a lot, also wine, which I think it's a positive thing. In a way, she is a simple woman. She enjoys gifts and taking care after, but she also takes care of the closest people to her, which is really nice. And not to forget about that she is hot as hell. Like, look at this woman. She's so beautiful. Her eyes, her hair, she's just the way she like stands, and she's just herself. It's so admirable. And she's a tall woman, which is like goddess. Like, she looks like a goddess, so why wouldn't you want to date that? That's so beautiful.
Oh,
That's so sweet.
that was so. I love how she actually she did such a good job.
Yeah,
Like,
she
had a
itemized
list.
everything. I know. She wrote it down. You could tell.
My heart.
There was such nice things in there as well that she really touched on. So
That
yeah,
was so cute.
I can't wait now to see your journey in this villa. I'm so excited. I literally can't wait.
It's starting today when this episode comes out.
Yeah, because
Starting
this is
today.
going to come out in the morning.
Yeah.
So if you're listening at 8 a.m, you know what you're doing tonight.
Yeah.
You're watching The Bachelor Finland.
They are looking at. We got so many
Yeah.
people watching it from UK. Wow.
Yeah,
Reach new target
I
market.
hope so. I hope we're going to make it like viral here, you know? That'd be so cool.
Oh my god, that would be hilarious.
Also, I feel like you're all going to be stunning. So I feel like we'll all appreciate the good looking men. I hope the 2 men are good looking. I can't wait to see what they look like. I know they're going to be tall. So, well,
Yeah.
I hope they are, because
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You're
No, they
all
are tall.
Oh, I can't wait. It's been so nice to have you on. Thank
I
you for
loved
coming.
this was so much fun.
So much fun.
We have to do follow-up.
Yeah, we'll do a follow-up. Don't worry, everybody.
Yeah, when it's out, we can do like spilling the tea.
Yeah, spilling the tea episode. I can't wait.